You can see where it's about a 8 ball from planing. I could reset it, but I don't really care. It's bearing this. It's carrying the weight of this whole 16-footer right here. Now, would I walk away from this? Only if I 100% knew no one is gonna come under here. Usually, when I'm on a job by myself, I pretty much know nobody's gonna be around, and I'm only leaving this up. I'm not walking away from it. I'm not gonna leave this thing up. I'm gonna go down there and I'm gonna get my. I mean, you're assuming that you're sitting on a wall plate. This is just a deck girder right here. It's just for an example. But what you would want, and if you make this block long enough, then you don't even have, you can scribe all the way through. But it's just hooking on, just tapped in. That ain't going nowhere. I'm not saying use a huge, 14, 16 foot 2x8 or nothing like that, but on smaller stuff, this works perfect. Usually if you're doing something bigger than that, you're gonna have help. But with this, you can cut as many of these blocks as you want out of scrap if you got the time. You come here, we got my layout. I can, quickly nail these in, have them set in place if I wanted to. Man, it's kind of busy, but if you got a bunch to do, why not? And then you got, these clamps are not terribly expensive. If you get 3 or 4 of them, you can scribe a couple of them and then get the bottoms real quick. But I had already told you in another video, it's probably best to string line that and then measure down, use a framing square and measure up to the string. That way you have everything's planing. Just depends on what you got going on. But there's the jig. It seems to work. I've only thought of it, but I think I'm gonna make this a standard operating procedure in the future. Now, if you don't use, this is a 2x6, I cut here, you definitely want to make sure that this measurement at the bottom and at the top is the width of the plate, because if not, you're going to be off on your angle right here. You want that to be a plumb angle. So just keep that in mind. Make it as long as, approximate whatever that diagonal, because you can approximate this is a 6 pitch or 5. If you scribe a 5 pitch on a board, you could tell, okay, I need to get probably 8 inches long to be able to get the whole thing. I don't know about everybody else. I like to have my lines all the way across. I don't like guesstimating anything. Okay, anyway, there you go.